What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lowe's back at you with another one. This is part 3 of my deportation story. If you guys haven't checked out my other 2 videos, make sure you guys go check them out. So again, me and my girl linked up, right? We meet up in Nogales. So at this time, like I said, she just bought this car. So when she bought it, she didn't have the plates for it yet. She had 10 tags. Um, but she was able to get across no problem, right? So again, we link up, and at this time, I'm supposed to meet one of my boys there that had got out a few days before I did, but he was coming to the same area that I was going to, so I was like, yo, like, if you want to wait for me there, I'll give you a ride. Like I said, my girl's picking me up in Nogales, and we're driving over here, so if you want, you can mount with us. Like I said, if you don't have no ends for the bus, I was like, I can take you. I was like, but you'll be doing me a favor too, because again, you can help me kind of maneuver through the city and shit, through the state, you know what I mean, because I never been to Mexico, so I'm like, we'll be helping each other out, you know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, for sure, bro, I'll wait for you. So at the time, I'm trying to get the phone from my girl so I can call my boy, see where he's at, so we can kind of link up and get on our way, because like I said, our mission is to get out of there, right? Go where we're coming. So right when we're going to pull off, a motorcycle pulls up next to us. My girl rolls the window down and is like, hey, guys, I want to let you guys know that just be careful out here with the temp tags, because the cops out here are kind of strict about that. Like I said, they'll take the car from you. They pull you guys over, or they'll take the car from you guys. So already from the gate, we're already facing an issue. I'm like, damn. So instantly, I'm like, no, baby, like, turn around. Like, look, plan B. I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna get on the bus. I'm gonna link with my boy up, see what's up, and we're gonna jump on the bus, and I'll go on the bus. You go around. I'm like, we can't risk the car. We can't risk, getting pulled over with the kids and taking the car, especially when we don't have nobody out here. So my girl's on board, like, all right, cool. She's like, but what about you? You have an A, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, look, we'll eat when I get down there. Like, I just want to get down there already where we're going, so we can, look for somewhere to stay. Because at this point, like I said, now we're in Mexico. We don't have a house. We don't have, like I said, we have a little bit of ends, and my girl has the car, right? That's it. So at this point, like I said, I ended up giving her the money. I only keep enough for me for the phone. I was like, I'll buy a phone right now, and I'll call you, and for the bus fare. And I gave her the rest of the money, because I don't want to be driving around with that much money, traveling with that much money in my pocket. So that's what we do. I jump on the car, I go, and I know where my boy's going to be at, because he just went through this, so he knows where we get dropped off at. So I walk back over there where everybody's at, and sure enough, man, my boy's right there. We can link up, like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm like, look, bro, change of plans. I'm like, my girl's here, but the car, this and this. I told him what happened. So like, look, they just go on, get on the bus. I'm like, but the bus hour is 10 hours. The bus ride is 10 hours. So I'm like, well, let's go get the phone. I'm like, so I can call my girl, let her know what's up. So we go down, we get the phone, and we walk to the bus, right? We walk to the bus station. So I get there, I get my ticket and everything. I call my girl. I'm like, yo, baby, like, I got my bus ticket, I got the phone, like, this is the number, like, you know what I'm saying? So you can call me whenever. But my bus doesn't leave till 7 at night. So what I need you to do is just get a room in Nogales, Arizona. You get some rest, get some food. Make sure you eat. The kids, you guys rest for the night. I know you've been, you've been going through a lot right now and just not driving and stuff. So just get some rest. And I'm gonna get over to where I'm going at 5 in the morning. So I'm like, even I'll wait for you till you get there. Like, just even when the sun comes up, you leave. So at this point, she's like, okay, cool, all right. She's like, but you gonna eat or nothing? I was like, look, don't worry, I'll get something to eat right now. Like, just don't worry, I'll be fine. Like I said, her concern always just me, make sure I'm okay, right? So this time, like I said, the bus comes, I leave, right? Boom, I get to where I'm going. And at this time, like I said, reality is hitting. Like I said, we're thinking about everything. I'm like, fuck, now we're in Mexico now. Like I said, now it's time to act on everything that we were talking about, you know what I mean? So I get there in the morning, like at this time, me and my boy split up. My boy's going a little bit farther, so he's like, all right, man, like, we kind of go our separate ways. I stay where I'm at, and then I'm by myself. And then I call my girl, let her know I am here. I'm like, and that's it, right? So now I'm just waiting there till, obviously, the sun comes up and she drives and gets there, right? So this is how she called me in the morning when she wakes up, gets the kids ready and everything. She's like, hey, we're leaving, we're headed out right now. But I talked to your aunt. Your tia, just talked to your tia. She's like, by the time I didn't know I had a cousin that lived out here. When I picked the place where I'm at right now and everything, I didn't know that he was out here. I had no clue. So again, that was a huge help. She's like, he's gonna go pick you up. He's gonna go pick you up, and then I was like, but this time I didn't want to move from the bus station. I didn't want to move because I knew it was a straight shot from where my girl, as soon as she crossed the border to where I'm at. That way she's not driving around looking for me or anything, or looking for his apartment or house or nothing. So I was like, no, I told my cousin I'm good. I'll link up with him as soon as I meet up with you. Like, let him know I want to wait here for you. So this time my girls are like, no, just have him pick you up, get some rest. And when I get closer, I'll call you. That way you can go back, and then we'll meet there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can do that, right? So I call my cousin, and finally we link up, we talk, and he goes picks me up. He pulls up, and this time he picks me up. I'm like, look, let's just go back to the border because my girl's about to get here. I'm like, I just want to wait for her, like, wait, she doesn't, so she's not driving around looking for me. She's like, I know exactly where we can go and wait for her. We'll see the cars coming in. So we decide we go down there, right? Now the border is waiting for my girl, where I'm good, like, I'm happy now that she's actually coming, she's close. Like, we're all on the same page. Everything's, like I said, we had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're dealing with it, and now we're where we're at, and she's coming, and everything's, like I said, now everything's looking good, right? We're like, all right, cool. Now everything's falling back into place. So I'm there, and then she calls me. She's like, I'm here already, but I can't get across. They won't let me across with the car because of the temp tax. I'm like, fuck. So now it's like another issue. I'm like, all right, so now what? So I'm like, well, just go back. I'm like, go back home. I'm like, see, my dad let you borrow the car, like I'm with my cousin, like, and we can, figure it out, like, cause, we need the car out here, or so we can able to go look for the house, or it'd be a lot easier to maneuver, but she's like, no, I didn't drive all this way out there just to turn around, like, I'm gonna park the car in the parking garage. I'm going to walk across the border because I want to see you. The kids want to see you. Like, we just want to be with you already. Like, it's been long enough, right? So I'm like, all right, baby. You're right. You've been driving around for a whole day and a half now. And for me to tell you to turn around, like, I get it. You know what I mean? But again, I was just wanting her to be good and be comfortable out here and be able to get her car across, which, for whatever, she has a car. So she does, man. So I go back around. So I go meet her where all the people are walking across, and we finally link up. Finally, like I said, now I'm able to hug her, and I'm able to hug my kids, and we're now, like I said, now it's real. Now we're in Mexico, and where we're at, but now we're in Mexico with no car or no house. And she has my newborn in the car seat, and then my 5-year-old in a backpack that she was able to, bring me clothes and the kids' stuff, just for the day or two. And meanwhile, then during the summer, like, she had to cross with them like that, like I said. So now, like I said, now we're in Mexico with no car, no house, no nothing. So now we're at the border, like, like, just soaking everything in, bro. Like, okay, now what? But again, I'm like, all right, to my cousin, like, let's get us a room. I'm like, let's take us to a room, let's get a taxi and take us to a nice hotel around here where we can be good. We have a meeting with this lady tomorrow that my girl had been making moves about the house that she's been looking at. Like, we have a meeting tomorrow with her, so we'll go to the room, rest for the night, get some food, just rest and chill, kind of, catch up, and then we have the meeting tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So yeah, my cousin's like, yeah, well, let's go back to the house. I'll get a car, and then I'll take you guys to the room, and that's what we did. He took us to his house. We chilled there. He went and got a car from one of his friends, I think, and then he came back, picked us up, and took us to the room. We got to the room. Everything was cool. He's like, I'll come back later, get you guys some food. I'm like, no, we're good, bro. Like, I'll walk. If I need to, I'll go walk. I'm like, we're just going to get some rest. And again, I don't want him to go out of his way. He had already been with me most of the morning. He helped me out, getting my girl, getting him back to the room, and just everything. So I'm like, I don't want to be, a burden. So I'm like, no, just, I'll get some food right now, and we're good. Well, if anything, I'll order something, a pizza or something, whatever. So this, like I said, we're in the room, and so the next day comes, right? The next morning comes, we get up early, we get everybody ready, I shower, and get the kids up and get them ready and everything. Now we call a taxi, come pick us up, and we go see the house that my girl had already looked at and everything. Excuse me. So we pull up, like, the taxi comes and takes us down there, right? And meanwhile, we're looking at the city, we're looking at everything, and like I said, we're just like blown away of seeing everything that we see. I'm like, we're gonna be okay out here, already. Like, I can see us living out here. It's a big city, you know what I mean? It's a city. So we get to the house, and already my girl is, like I said, there's an area, it's a nice private community, residential. Like I said, 24-hour security. Like, the whole gated community is nice. Parks, all the parks and everything looks nice. It's all clean and decked out and everything. I'm like, it's nice. So we get to the house, we meet with the lady and her husband, because my girl hadn't been talking to her for months now, just staying in contact because we were going to move out here and, whatever. So we get to the house. The house is a two-story house, 5-bedroom, beautiful house. And the houses out here, a lot of the houses are already furnished. For some, like most of the houses that I've seen, or even like heard from friends of mine and stuff, like a lot of them are already, they have, furniture in the house already. So this house was no different. This house was decked out, bro. I mean, living room, dining room, had everything and nice stuff too. The bedrooms were all, had beds and comforters, everything, bro. Like I said, TVs and everything, like nightstands and everything, right? So my girl already loves the house, like, and the rent was only $650 US. So we already, we're like, shit, that's cheap as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to what I was paying out there, I was paying $1,500 a month over there in rent. You know what I mean? Just for rent alone, not including the light, none of that, phones, car notes, insurance, just the other basic, essentials, hygiene stuff and all that. For rent alone, I was dropping $1,500 a month over there. You know what I mean? So already I'm like, that's cheap. And my girl is like, yeah, hell yeah, I want it. With my income alone, I can afford the house. But again, with all this, like I said, this time I didn't have no IDs on me, nothing. By the time my girl was able to get the property, it took her 3 months from when I mailed it out for her to get my stuff. And when she received my property, my ID, my passport and my ID were missing. They weren't in there. For whatever reason, they didn't send them out. I don't know. So again, now I'm out here with no ID, no passport, no nothing. You know what I mean? I don't even know where to go, get my ID, nothing. And shout out to my sister. My sister was a huge help with that. Like, she was able to help me out and show me where to go, what to do, and she would go online and this is what you do, made appointments and everything. That's why I made the video that I made about how to get your documents, because I thought it was important. Because when I got here, I didn't even know what office to go, what web, anything. I was like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was going to do some research and stuff on, on the internet, but again, not knowing what to look up or, what's up. So I was like I said, she was a huge help, with all that. So again, like I said, we like the house, everything's looking set. The rent is $650, and my girl's liking it, the area, everything's on the right. So we talked to the lady, like, look, we're gonna go back to the room, we're gonna, think about it, but we want the house. Like, we're gonna go pay the money out, and we're gonna, talk me and my wife, talk a little bit more, and then we'll contact you right now. But my wife wants it, she wants to get it. My wife was just, she's like, I want it, So like, right, so we get the taxi, we go back. At this point, I'm like, look, babe, like, I like the house, it's beautiful, obviously, for the rent, but right now I don't have no credentials out here, I don't have nothing. So as far as getting a job right now, for me, especially with the whole pandemic right now, I'm like, I don't even know where to go, how to even start, you know what I mean? And all the government offices are closed, like, everything's to appointment, like, everything is all shut down, right? So I don't even know how that's going to take me to get my decent. And with your job, luckily, you're still able to keep your job working from home. But again, if all this thing clears up, and then you have to go back to the office, what are we going to do? Obviously we live out here now. So I'm like, let's slow down. Like, look, let's go back on Facebook and let's look at other houses and stuff. And like, somewhere within the $200 area. And that's what I'm like, it'll be a lot easier to come up with $300 a month than $650, And even with your one income, like, you'll still be able to pay rent and still have, plenty of money for everything else. Because again, we don't want to be out here having to barely be making rent, and like I said, no, like, we came out here to actually do something. We're having a second opportunity, for me, myself. Like I said, I'm starting fresh out here. I'm able to get my license, I got my ID, I have a clean record, like, I don't have no issues out here. So like I said, for me, like I said, it's a whole second chance of life, and like, sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? But it'll take me a little bit to get my IDs and all that, and to maneuver and get, you know what I'm saying? Especially with this whole thing right now, there's no schools, the daycares are all closed. So right now, that's what I do. I'm at home with the kids doing the online schooling and everything about my girl works, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to do my part, you know what I'm saying? As far as holding the house down, the cooking, cleaning, just everything. And again, something that me and my girl did on the States anyway. So even when I worked and she worked, we took care of the house together. There wasn't, like I said, I cook. I guess what I did, I worked in the restaurant, my whole life. So I'm good in the kitchen. So again, like I said, that's not, for me, this is not an issue. Like I said, if anything, it's easy for me to do all this. So this time, like I said, we talked to her. I talked to her, and then like, we get back to the room, and I told my cousin, like, look, it didn't pan out. Like the house was, was nice and everything, but I'm looking for something a little bit cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Just especially right now with me not working and everything, I don't want to, put all this burden on my wife. She's already been through enough. So I'm like, and my cousin like, you know what, bro? I actually know a lady that I from the church. I do her landscaping. I know her sister's renting a house right now. It's a 3-bedroom house. It's 1 story. I never seen the house, but I can kind of link you up with the lady and give you the number and stuff. I'm like, yeah, definitely, bro. Let me see what's up. Because again, right now we're in Mexico with no car, no house, no nothing. Like, and we're staying in a hotel, right? So already a day passed by. It's day 2 now. I'm like, all right, so we need to, I'm like, so I know these things take time, but again, that's why we were preparing for this. So when we got here, we can get the house quick. And because, like I said, we had both our other kids back in the States, you know what I'm saying? And my son and my niece were watching them. So my goal was trying to get back, you know what I'm saying? And just get back over there and bring whatever close we could. Because at this point, moving the furniture, like moving everything was out of the question. The movers were asking for ridiculous amount of money to move us out here. So, like, we're just going to leave everything behind. And we did, man. We left everything behind, right? So, this time, my cousin gives the number. I call it 80, and we link up the next day. She's like, meet me at the church. She's all like, and, I'll pick you guys up there, and then we'll go from there. So, this time, the next day comes, I call a taxi. The taxi comes, picks us up. I tell him the name of the church where we're going. He drops us off. We get to the church. He drops us off. I call the lady, like, hey, we're here already. She's like, wow, I'll be pulling up soon. I'll call you when I'm there. A couple minutes right by, she calls us, like, hey, I'm here, I don't see you guys. And this was our first bad experience with the taxi driver in Mexico. So I tell her where we're at. She's like, no, you're at the wrong church, that's not the church. I was like, well, I told the taxi the name of the church, and that's where he brought us. So, again, So she's all like, oh, I can't believe he did that, and I'll be right there. So she comes and picks us up, right? She picks us up, we get in the car, we go. Right, and she's like all shocked. I'm sorry, apologetic. I'm sorry that happened to you guys. I'm like, no, it's not your fault. Like, things happen, and it's whatever. People are gonna, that's what it is. So now we're driving to the house, and now she's taking us around, showing us the city and wherever the water bill, the electric, and everything. Where you pay everything, the main streets, and this street will take you wherever you need to go. And there's you're showing us around everything, the grocery stores and everything, right? And my girl, like I said, we're just like blown away, just looking at everything, man. I'm like, man, like it feels like we're back at home. Like honestly, that's how I felt like. I'm like, I feel like I live in Phoenix right now. Like, like I don't. So anyway, so we were driving, everything's cool. My girl's excited, so which makes me happy. She's happy, I'm happy, right? Everything's good. So now we pull up, right? We pull up to the neighborhood. My girl's like in the neighborhood, likes everything, even the whole everything around the neighborhood. And we get to the house, and my girl automatically likes the house. She's like, yes, I want it. Like, we hadn't even been inside yet, and she's already, I want it. And again, when I saw the house, now this was something that I was picturing myself living in. Like, even when I was locked up, this is what I was doing. Like, just picturing my life out here already and just everything. And this is exactly the house that I was, like, had pictured. Something small, something to start off with, rent is doable. Then, you know what I'm saying, when we can both afford it, that way we can live here for a little bit, maybe a year or two, stack our money up and be able to, do something. Just not knowing how everything was going to turn out, right? So we're like, all right, this is more likely, the rent, was $300. So like, all right, it was doable. We saw the house, everything. Like I said, it was a 3-bedroom house, had the drive-in, the gate closed and everything, the little backyard, and like I said, it was 3-bedroom. And the house already had, like I said, had a table and had 2 little couches. That was it. There was no beds in this house. She had a fridge, table, a couple picture frames, a glass table, and 2 little couches. So at this point, like I said, we were like, all right, cool, let's get it. Everything else is, everything's adding up. Everything seems right. Like, all right, cool, we signed the lease. And this time everything that my girl saved up, like we dropped on this house. Like it wasn't much, but because we were able to pay like 2 months of rent. You know what I mean? Just to give us a little cushion to have the rent paid off. Like now all we got to worry about is electric and water for right now, and a little bit of groceries, which we had a little bit, money saved up for groceries and stuff. And like I said, my girl was able to keep her job, so she still had income coming. And for me, that gives an opportunity for me to, get my IDs, get a job, and just start looking, not knowing that everything was going to be closed, the schools weren't going to be open, and then the pandemic was only going to get worse, and everything, right? So again, I'm like, and I'm stressing out because I know my girl has a job and everything, but again, that's not what I'm about. That's not what I've always been about. And anybody that's okay with that is, in my book, ain't a man. So, as a father, as a husband, everything, I'm happy. Like, I got my kids with me. I'm spending time with my kids now. I'm actually getting to enjoy my girl, being home, like cooking, and just being here at home with them. Right on that part, everything. Like I said, I'm blessed, super blessed. I know I am. As a man, this has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Just allowing my girl to work, and me not being able to work, not because I don't want to work or can't find a job because I can, but just with everything going on right now, obviously with the pandemic and the schools and everything, my girl's priority is the kids. And I'm like, well, I'm sure there's other families, like, let's just see if we can put them. But again, that's just me, my pride wanting to work and me wanting to work and provide, because I've always been a provider. So for me, like I said, as a man, this has been one of the hardest things that I've, again, and that's my pride, my pride getting the best of me. And again, I'm super grateful, I'm super happy, with everything that's happening and everything, because like I said, I'm good actually out here. But just that little thing, man, and I know once I get over that hump, like I said, that's just something that I have to deal with. And, I'm working on it and learning how to deal with it. But again, as a man, bro, it's hard for me. It's hard for me just to, like I said, not be able to work. And let my girl be doing everything, bro. Like this, that's just been the hardest for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even, like I said, that to me. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's just me. From what I'm used to doing, always working. I was used to working 50, 60 hours plus, man. You know what I'm saying? I never worked anything less than 45 hours. You know what I'm saying? And even my job or doing my side jobs or whatever I had to do to, be able to provide for my family, I did. Always hustled, always worked, always. So again, on that part of it, like I said, has been hard. But again, now we have the house. Like I said, the car's on the other side of the border. We get everything right because, like I said, now we're here, but we can't get the car across. So at this point, the lady takes us, my girl's like, I'm going to go buy you guys an air mattress, buy you a couple of groceries, a couple of little blankets for you guys to, be comfortable. Because at this time, my girl's going back. She's like, we're on a mission. She's already, okay, you guys are good. We signed the lease of the house. She gave us the keys, and my girl took, like I said, I'm going to the store, getting the stuff, get everything, I'm leaving. She's going back to get the rest of the stuff and so we can be home already. That's what happens, bro. She goes, boom, gets everything, like I said, and whatever she can fit in the Jetta. We left everything. Toys, the kids' everything. The whole apartment stayed back. Everything stayed. We only brought clothes. And like I said, I only brought some of my clothes, and my girl brought some of her clothes. We bought most of all the kids' clothes, and even a lot of their stuff stayed behind too. But again, I was like, the most important thing is clothes. We have a roof over our head now. Now we just need our clothes, and everything else we'll be able to get. Because again, having movers out here was ridiculous. They were charging too much. It didn't make sense to have them movers out here for the stuff we had. So that's what we did. She went, boom, and again, was able to have the car on that side with all our stuff. She was only able to bring a few bags that she can carry. Most of our stuff was in the car at the border. That's how we lived for like 3 weeks out here, like with the car being over there. Because like I said, at this time, with the move and everything, now we didn't have the title to the car. We had lost the title with the move. We don't know if she, threw it away or packed it wrong or whatever. The point is that we didn't have it. So now we couldn't even get the place to the car. So now we're like, okay, making phone calls and, like I said, and seeing what we can do. And at this time, we're trying to look for movers to get us to the movers from here that will just go to the border and bring our stuff and, see them. But again, they were like, $200, $300, and, just ridiculous amount. Like, man, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we finally ended up meeting this dude that he's like, I'll rent you my truck for $60. He's like, you can take my truck. It has the tags. It has everything. You can take it across the border. It's legit to go across and come back. And you can get your stuff and bring it back for $60, right? So again, other people for this situation, they might be hesitant, like, what if he's trying to, for whatever reason. But I'm like, sure, all right, cool. People always hustling to make ends meet, and I'm like, That's how I looked at it. He's just trying to help us out, and he's trying to make some money too. So I'm like, you're helping me, I'm helping you. So other people would have been like, no, he's trying to get you to pass drugs or something, just to paranoia. But my mentality was not even, like I said, I'm not worried about none of that, or they're trying to get us or nothing. I'm like just another hustler trying to make money, and he's helping me, and I'm gonna help him out. So that's what we did. My girlfriend jumped on it, was renting the truck, and that's how we were able to get our stuff over here. She was able to rent the truck for some dude for $60, and we had it for most of the day, and we got our stuff, brought it, everything, came back to the house, unloaded everything, and then she moved, back, took the truck back, and that was it, Like, dude was cool. He's like, all right, you guys got everything? Cool. That's how we were able to get our stuff here. So now the next part was the car. How are we going to get the car, right? So we called the dealerships, and we were able to get the car. Like I said, we found a dealership that would take the car with no title to use it as a down payment so we can get a new car and make payments. And that's what we did, man. My girl was able to do that, trade the car in, and she was able to get a nice car. And that's how we did it, man. That's how everything kind of went down from me getting arrested on the 28th, and then prior to that, from the trip to Colorado, from my son being in the hospital, then getting released on that Saturday, then me getting arrested on Sunday. Like I said, everything was just boom, 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 back to back, man. And then that's what we went through, man, on our whole journey of me getting picked up by ICE at work, with dealing with the whole pandemic, with everything, and then getting deported. And then the issue that we had to go through with Nogales, and then having to separate again, and then me jumping on the bus and coming. Like I said, even in Nogales, we only were able to see each other for like 5 minutes before everything went down, and we separated ways again. And having obviously me being on the bus the whole trip up here, and her driving around, like I said, that's what why I wanted to make these videos, man. That's not what my channel's gonna be about. Mostly, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a lot of blogging and just showing you guys the city and restaurants, and just when if we're willing to travel, like I said, if everything goes as planned and we travel and stuff, I'll show you guys the beaches around here. Like I said, I'm literally within a 2 hour from like 6-7 different beaches, you know what I'm saying? So everything around me is like 2 hours away to like any beach I want to go to, from Rosarito to Los Cabos to Ensenada, San Felipe, La Paz. Like there's all that's like all around where I'm at right now. So again, I'll be showing you guys everything, but I wanted to get their story out there, man, just for everybody back home, like I said, that knows me, or my family that kind of was like, that don't really know what people go through when you get deported. It's not just you get picked up and then that's it. Now you guys got to a little bit of inside of my life as far as what me and my family went through with all this whole ordeal with the whole deportation, man. And obviously from hearing my story, you guys know it wasn't easy, but again, just one thing I can just say, just try to stay mentally strong, man. Because like I said, I'm not going to say it was easy, because obviously from what you guys heard, we had obstacles that we had to, overcome, but us staying solid and just staying grounded and just knowing what we had to do, and like keeping God first, praying, and just, you know what I'm saying? He cares about everything, man, and everyone. So he, you know what I'm saying? We were able to come out of this okay. You know what I'm saying? And still, like I said, I've been here a few months. I'm still new to the city. I'm still getting to know from what I've seen in my experience here. I know we're gonna be okay out here. And just how everything's turned out. We were blessed. That my cousin was here, and then the lady that we were able to meet. For the house, like super nice. Like, we haven't had no issues. Like, she don't even come bother us. Like I said, this is our home, and she treats us like this is our home. Like, you guys do whatever you guys want, paint, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean. Little by little, we'll be, I'll be putting in the work and fixing the house up, and like I said, it's not bad at all, bro. Nice. Like I said, it might be a little bit of a paint job, but other than that, like I said, everything's nice. I like it. But yeah, man, like I said, I wanted to just see you guys, maybe, like I said, you guys now have a little bit of an insight of what families go through, man, with this whole immigration thing. And it's not easy, man, the whole deportation process. But again, it is what it is, man. Like I said, it's something that I knew I had to deal with eventually. I've never ran from my past. I knew it was going to catch up to me eventually. Like I said, me and my family talked about this all the time. My son, I always talk to my kids about it. Me and my girl always talked about it. Pretty much a lot of the time we would lay down at nighttime and we would, talk about it, or even just, constantly, we knew this would come, and you know what I'm saying. So, again, man, like I said, I wanted to just thank everybody that's been supporting me, been watching my videos, everybody back home that's been showing me love in my comments. You guys can follow me on Instagram at PenaLife21. Like I said, I will be creating more content for you guys. Hopefully I can get more subscribers, help my channel grow. And hopefully you guys will walk with me through this journey, man, and see the grow in my channel, see the grow in my family, and give you guys, like I said, an inside look of what a life in the border town is like, and after being deported, and just show you guys the day-to-day struggles or the day-to-day stuff that we go through. And like I said, hopefully I can help somebody else in the situation. Like a lot of other people help me out by, watching and seeing, like I said, and, get inspired me to do the same thing. And like I said, hopefully, like I said, I'm able to either help somebody go through this, or at least, help them get out of their head for a little bit, and kind of, knowing, seeing my story, hearing my story, that they know that they're going to be okay, no matter what happens. Like I said, if everything that we went through, we did it, with, poor little ones and stuff. I'm sure, you guys, like I said, other people can go through it, and just like I said, as long as you stay grounded and mentally prepared and mentally strong for this, and you come out here ready to work and want to work with the same mentality that you went to the States with. Because if we can make it in a country that we struggle to get papers to work, we found jobs that, what I'm saying, if we can make it in a country, learn the language that, we can make it in our own country, man. Like I said, it's all up to the person, it's all up to you. Your dedication, how mentally strong you are, and if you want to work at the end of the day, man, because there's jobs everywhere. As long as you want to work, you'll find a job. Like I said, the pay might be not the same, but again, the cost of living also is not the same. You're paying a lot less, and like I said, by looking and reaching out to people and just doing some research, you'll be able to find something decent. You know what I mean? Something nice, and you know what I mean. And knowing what I know now, like I said, I didn't know this all before, you know what I mean? I was in the same mentality. I'm like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? But again, just staying positive, staying strong, and staying communicating with my wife, talking back and forth, and just being each other's rocks, man. Because like I said, at times for me, it's been rough. She knows it has. She sees me, and I'm like I said, I don't really like trying to complain about it too much or anything. But again, there's days where I'm like, and she sees it, that it's rough for me not being able to work. You know what I'm saying? That other than that, like I said, everything else, bro, I'm just super blessed. So again, man, I wanted to thank everybody, for that watched my videos. I want to thank my sister, definitely, for all her help. Everybody back home, everybody from my work that I used to work at, that put money in my books. Christina, letting my wife borrow the truck. David, I know David would, always asked about me, make sure I was good, and when my wife went up there, I always make sure she had food, and would always hook the kids up and stuff. Just everybody, man, like I said, that showed me love, and watch my videos, subscribe to my channel, all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys, helping my channel grow, and yeah, man, like I said, this is just to get the information out there. Now people know what families go through, and like I said, and there's a lot of us in this situation out here, man. There's a lot of families. I'm super blessed that my family was able to come with me. There's a lot of people out here that aren't that fortunate. And you know what I'm saying? All I can say is, keep your head up, man. Stay positive, stay strong, and for anybody out there that's thinking like their spouses or wives or not knowing how Mexico is, like I said, and that's what keeps stopping you, I would just say, do a little bit of research. Open up your eyes a little bit more in your comfort zone, and sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, I know it's rough, but sometimes you don't even know what you're missing until you do, you know what I mean? Like I said, there's great things out there for everybody, man, and that's what I'm going to do here, man. Like I said, I know the sky's the limit for me, and I have the mentality, I have, the strength, and I'm well hard worker, you know what I'm saying? I've always worked my ass off, and that's what I'm going to do out here, man. So I have no worries that I will not, fail out here. I will succeed. With my family by my side, I cannot lose. You know what I'm saying? I can only do that, but with the support system that I have, like I said, man, it's only, like I said, to the top from here on out, man, and everybody back home. You guys will see the grow. Everybody messing, like I said, subscribe to my channel. You guys will get to see the grow, and hopefully you guys, rock with me, man. Thank you guys for supporting me this far, and stay tuned, man. I'll see you guys on the next one.